Hello YouTube, and welcome back for a bit more Discounty. I am suspecting we are going to finish the game this episode. I don't know that for a fact, but I took a quick little peek because I noticed the number of achievements we had was getting pretty small. I'm down to only 5 achievements left, of which the only one that didn't seem like some weird challenge of like sell a certain number of an item or whatever was entirely finish the game. So my assumption of what's going to happen here, just from trying to read between the lines, is we are going to get this console report. We are going to satisfy Miss Anderson on her demands. And I don't know what the escalation will be, is if we somehow make ourselves seem better than John Key so we become the new person, or if we close down our location of Discounty and then make like the separate factory. I don't know why I'm really convinced that that area behind us becomes the new store. It probably doesn't. Maybe the store doesn't get bigger and we're just happy with it being the size that Teller's just like, you know what? It's a good part of town. It could even be a thing that we like get rid of the Discounty branding and we make it like its own little town thing. I don't know, but very clearly some conclusion is going to come to it. Now with that said, let's go ahead and jump in. For those who missed the last episode and what we had going on, we did resolve the drinking water problem, and we are actively looking into the fog. Now, there is a console report on what actually happened with the fog, and Tammy would absolutely not work with us. She said it's confidential. And while she didn't say to piss off, you know, it was pretty heavily implied. But, we went with Elmer to deal with things, and with all that, Elmer was still dealing with that bird on his chimney, and so we helped resolve that, is the words I will use to say. Oh, there's a poster. Sometimes they overlap in weird ways. Actually, so I have 2 posters. Like, oh, it's gonna be the bus stop. All right, so let's talk to you. I heard you helped Carl with his necess problem. Poor fool had no chance on his own. Well, I only helped him get some ingredients. Hake mush and spice-infused apple, whatever that is. I feel bad for the kid. First his father went, then the thing with his wife. But good thing we've got you now, saving the entire town from ruin. Alright, so nothing to... Well, actually... Can't actually carry that all. Alright, let's go ahead and really quickly run up here. And I was going to put the 2 posters that are for the individual sales to even out the sales. Oh, it's not up here. What? 1, 5. That means it's all the way up at the bar. Boo. Boo. Alright, let's run up here and deal with that. So I think we'll just do the ones that give me more customers, or you can be resolved. Elmer, you're outside. How are you feeling? Better than ever. Can't say the same about the Storge, huh? So, did you really quit your job? No. But I refuse to be used as a tool for other people's games. I'll help you get that report. You will? That's amazing. Sadly, I don't have access to it. But I do know Tammy has a copy of it in her office. But how can I get in? There's a secret entrance to her office. Meet me by the statue at John Key at 9 p.m. I'll let you in. Gotcha. Joe, that's cameras doing some things. Gotcha. So we're finally going to deal with, like, government corruption. It's time to get down with the man. Can I weasel one in here? I kind of wish instead of having it be like an open thing, it was just like there was slots. There wasn't that like weird, wiggly, whatever going on. Alright, so let's go grab our fish. Now, the temptation I have is to just buy a bunch of shelves to continue to expand. And while that's probably correct for the long term if you're just planning on going forever and ever, for the purposes of achieving our objectives, I need the 15,000. So we're going to try and rush the 15,000, so we are not going to any longer be worrying about, you know, upgrading our shelving and all that kind of stuff. Because very genuinely, we are making about 2,900 every single day. So if I continue to just keep that 2,900 in the bank, we should be able to get things going pretty quick. Hello, unpaid labor. How's it going? I need to stop buying the fish every single time it comes up. You think I'd learn my lesson? Oh, you know what I could do to make this not cursed? I'm willing to bet someone is, like, in the past YouTube videos could be like, why don't you just separate them out? Then they can reach them from the side. And it would be much better. You're already giving up 2 lanes of the area for pathing. You're just moving where those lanes are. So individual in the past who has said that. First, rude, but also thank you. And if you didn't, then I definitely didn't have anyone say anything, and you original idea and all that. You get the styrofoam, chunk, chunk, chunk. Okay, so let's drop the styrofoam off real fast. Yeah, so my guess of what's going on here is both Tammy and Barbara have influential parents. And those influential parents have abused their influence to have the console force its will onto Elmer. And pretty much this, like, Elmer getting sick because of all this pushed the buttons to the limit. So let's get through this day as fast as we can. So, what is the stuff for the day? Don't know. Don't care. I'll actually go check anyway, so. Order crates, let's reroll it. Sell lettuce. Fair. So lettuce and bottled water. So we are moving all the merchandise as aggressively as possible. Now, of the remaining achievements I have, one of them was just selling a crap ton of apples, but that's a thing that's going to happen anyways, because it wasn't like sell like 20 in a day or something like that. It was sell like 365 apples. That's like, okay. I'm honestly curious how close I am, because a lot of days we sold like 5, 10, 15 apples like way back at the beginning. And even then, usually most days at least sell a little bit of apples. There's also one about cleaning, I think it was like 10 messes in your store in one day. I think that's just a matter of RNG of, you know, having the people generate those messes. Now, it could be if I leave a mess up, it escalates. I don't know if that's true or not. So, if I get to that point, this will be me achievement hunting after the series, I might just let someone make a mess in the store and literally not clean it for days. And hopefully watch it get bad enough that we can knock out the 10. Man, the sheer amount of inventory they get per shopping list. It's actually a thing where they're not getting through their shopping list because of the path thing. And I'm willing to bet if I did narrow it down to just the minimum or whatever, we get there. Oh, I could see us becoming the hero of the village because where this like console's been kind of just taking over, because they used to have more autonomy. And then the console moved from this town to the next. And there was like some like government corruption kind of thing involved in that. I could see where us getting the console back in town or just negating it or whatever could be a thing that you're like, you get the hero thing. Because now the town kind of gets the right to govern itself back. Removing fish, that's an empty shelf. That is a long line of people. You'd be surprised if I keep anyone from getting mad. Okay. Okay, busy day. No mad customers, surprisingly. And we got a bonus for happy customers. 90% more customers. Yeah, so the extra money I'm getting during this screen seems to be purely from the happy customers. Like, the more happy customers, you get a bonus. We have unlocked everything. We've got maximum size shopping lists. Yeah, and again, we're getting almost 3,000 a day. Alright, so let's help get this moving along, because poor Chester here just doesn't stand a chance. So I'll drop you in there. Grab the meat. Because I'm mostly just going which shelves are empty and letting Chester deal with the rest at this stage. Okay. Oh, what was the things here? Sell lettuce and all that? Yeah, so we failed to do that. That's fine. Oh yeah, and one of the achievements is to order so much, it fills up the entire van. I'm working, boss. What? Where's the frozen veggies? Oh, they're over there? That's fine, we can just check this here. Alright, well, you have a good day, Chester. I've gotta go and potentially put your mom out of business. So you know. That's probably a whole thing. And posters were good, right? Yeah. So basically, we need to be here at the statue. Town hero. John Key, inventor and entrepreneur. This guy must have done some good things to be considered the town hero. Yeah, so part of me wants something to happen with this. Part of me wants something. There's the factory to the north. There's the abandoned house. I kind of want to do some of that. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet you when you hit whatever the finale is, I bet you the abandoned house, we get the abandoned house. Or whatever, like we get a place to live. We also have the mystery behind this, where it's like, I wonder what's going on here. So we're gonna hear about this whole conspiracy, what's going on. I'm willing to bet. Now we'll get like whatever the drama is with Teller or whatever. So we'll get to hear what's going on with Tammy. We'll probably get to hear what's going on with Teller. What's going on with, was it Jorgen? That was, like, supposedly in that trailer. You know, that's, I guess, our aunt's ex or whatever. Hopefully something happens with the abandoned house. Something happens with this building up to the north. Maybe that becomes our expansion? I could see that. I could see this becoming our expansion in some way. Like, this whole building here. Or somehow they rearrange it or whatever. I hope something happens with like that industrial building out in the forest. It'd be curious. Now, this does feel like we're getting conclusion to the game. And now, it could be they have planned extended content or DLC or something else like that that might incorporate those buildings. That'd be good, I would prefer it had been in the base game, or for those buildings to be non-interactable until that point, just because otherwise it feels like a lost opportunity. But we'll see. Now the question is, do I get the report and I can just walk away with it and get it sorted, or do we get caught getting the report and that's the thing that escalates everything? I'm going to assume we managed to get away with it, because it's clear that Miss Anderson already knows what's going on, because she's like, according to my resources, you've already done the thing. Which means she's got people who are keeping an eye in the ear on the ground. Alright, so any second now, Elmer's gonna let us in. There we go. Hi, Elmer. Who goes there? Elvis, please don't scare me like that. Sorry. Anyway, let's make this quick. I'll open the way for you. Don't be long. Wow, it actually worked. I'm in the factory. I better get a move on before anybody shows up. Oh, she's probably gonna show up and I got to sneak through the grates. This must be your office. Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Assessment and analysis of reported gas leak incident, Ragged Forest Blomkest. Gas leak? I have to read this. 200 pages? But let's just skip to the conclusion. The investigation unit finds there is no conclusive proof that the fog of the Ragged Forest is harmful, nor stems from the gas leak, as reported by locals. Furthermore, the fog cannot be attributed to the factory's emissions, as Lampley Manufacturing complies with all legislation and regulation. Any contribution would be minuscule. So, Tammy's not behind the weird fog. Wait, there's more. Rather, we suggest investigating other environmental issues plaguing Blomkest. Reports have come in about use of distribution of illegal fertilizers impacting the quality of the drinking water. On the harbor, there are signs of unauthorized dumping of waste by Poseidon's Gallery. The fish population is further endangered by non-compliance of current fish quotas. All of these issues seem to stem from the increased business activity in Blomkest. Uh-oh. We suggest investigating the matters urgently, although the Council lacks the funding to do so. In conclusion, this investigation unit finds there is no safety hazards with visiting the Ragged Forest. Not only did Tammy hold back on the report clearing her name, she also had solid proof that others were to blame. She protected Barbara, Fisher, Carl, and Discounty. I guess the only person who has not been contributing to the town's problem is Tammy? Now let's tell Miss Anderson about my findings. The other trade deal vendors asked me not to expose their secrets. Some even threatened to drag me and Discounty down with them. I was expecting to get caught. That cursed man. Something wrong? Oh no, nothing wrong. Nothing at all. If it wasn't for that worm, Elmer, our humble servant, yeah right. The regulation prohibits us, blah blah blah. What's up? My manufacturing plant isn't allowed to expand. Something about some stupid singing skog frog? What a waste of time. Do you have other do you have other cats? Oh dear, no. One is more than enough for me. But I've had many cats throughout my life. All of the same lineage. Winifred is the 6th generation of Whiskers, the family cat my childhood home. Mother never did get over his death. Those creatures really do leave paw prints in our hearts. Bless them. They do indeed. About your demands. Yes? I have something to report. Yes? About the fog. Please let me know of your findings on the other issues first. About the declining fish population. I see. My sources confirm that your investigation has been completed. Spare me the details for now. Didn't we already talk today, dear? Yes? I have something to report. Yes? About the fog. Interesting. I cannot wait to hear the results. So, that should be all the demands. Ahem. I think you forgot about our fundraiser. Oh, sure. So yeah, the forced philanthropy. Meanwhile, let's run over here. Let's grab a potato. I'm assuming with Carl's it'll be a potato. We weren't able to interact with it this whole time. And the rats are chilling by his farm. So, you know, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say more than likely the whole idea here... There we go. The whole idea here is that for Carl's farm, the rats probably want the potatoes, because the other ones it was stuff nearby. Like one it was toxic waste, which we couldn't get access to until a certain point. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true at all, because we got the dollhouse, and that wasn't even remotely nearby. But yeah, so you see the rats over... Wait, why are the rats swarming the Nis oatmeal bowl? I wonder if Carl's aware of this. Never mind. All those things I just said it probably was, you can go ahead and forget them. This is clearly an interactable thing. But I have to talk to Carl first. And I don't see Carl. Wait, that's... Yeah, it's Ted. Is Carl at the bar? No. Alright, we'll catch Carl tomorrow. Well, I don't need the potatoes. Alright, so you probably need 2 in-game days to get the last of the money, barring some other thing. Alright. So this is a curiosity. Marketing. Okay, a bunch of our posters just came down. Hey Fisher, have you ever wanted to look at 3 pictures of yourself, side by side? Because that's the life you live now. Alright, so that's the 7 posters. We shouldn't have any new merchandise to push today. I'm going to hold off buying the shelves. Oh, assistant, how can I be of service? Oh yeah, so you're just going to complain about the printer. Alright, so we need the money. Let's go see if we can't find Carl. Now, it could be they won an apple. That also makes sense. Carl has apples at his place. Complaining about the scolding. So yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned. Basically, this dialogue is just he being scolded by the fact that his sheep are supposedly terrorizing the cat. I've been recording these back to back, so I've missed the fact that that's all probably new dialogue for a bunch of you. Okay, so we haven't done enough to get the challenge, but we still just a couple more oats and we'll have that. Rats at the farm. Have you seen the rats that are swarming the Nissi's bowl? It doesn't surprise me. The Nissi are known to protect animals in need. Nis probably shared some of their oatmeal with the rats. But now there's no more left. Or they ate it all, but maybe he's right. That they're looking for more. I can't cook it myself, but maybe they don't mind eating it raw? Okay, so oats. Easy enough. We get some oats and that'll unlock the last fast travel. We can go ahead and get that knocked out. Okay, kid. What I need you to do is I need you to make me buckets of money today. That's all we need, is just buckets and buckets of money. I want to see this place cleaned out. Which, now I think about the posters I just hung, probably not going to help it at all. Last time, it was Carl who took care of the oats. But I guess the rats don't know that. I need 3 ingredients to make the oatmeal, if I recall correctly. Okay. So it was an apple, it was oatmeal, and it was the mush, which they used to make the, the sticks. Alright, so let's try and get all this. So, grab the oatmeal, or the oats, I probably already did that. Grab those, and then grab the apple. And we'll try that. Making me work for this one. I'm hoping we don't have to, like, infuse it or convince them to give me the mash. Because it was basically we needed the, hallock mash. Or we need a hallock, and they gave us the mash instead, which is still just the same thing, it's fish. I've added an apple to the bowl. I hope they don't mind it's not infused with spices. I already added the oats. I've added hake to the bowl. At least it's mush this time. That's all the ingredients. I should walk away and see if they'll eat it. One serving of raw Nissa's oatmeal, my friends. Bon appetit. They're picky eaters, aren't they? What was that? The sewer grate opened? I wonder where it leads. But it seems that the rats have opened all the sewer grates in town now. What am I talking about? Could all of this be, well, the way... Well, let's see, the work of the rats? I don't know what to think of this, but it's handy nonetheless. Alright, so we got that, and that was an achievement. So that's cool. Oats. Okay, he's quickly trying to help stock up a little bit. Okay, what are the things for here today? Clean dirt, sell processed food, sell drinks. Cool, that's fine. Alright, well, I could wait till you catch up, kid, but, learn by doing. Trial by fire, whatever you want to go with. You're getting the idea of what I'm throwing down here, right, kid? Got 2 empty boxes. That seaweed needs to be sold much more aggressively. Oh, you were hitting that shelf hard, lady. She desired fish sticks. I really like that the kid actually, you know, does a good job. Like, you know, obviously they don't work nearly as fast as you do as a character, but the fact that it's like, yeah, you know, I got things going on, let me knock it out. Alright. We can do all this, get our rice. Thank you for shopping at Discounty. Home of the Discounty. Did you find everything you were looking for? Well, you did not, because you didn't buy enough seaweed. Alright. Did you really have to make a mess right after I put away the sponge? Alright. Yeah, I'm really genuinely curious how the story concludes. Because the implication is that we and all the other business owners are complacent to the problem. Tammy's the only one doing things by the book. Unless, of course, the reality is that was all just a plant. Because I could see that being a thing that, in reality, you know, Tammy, like, falsified the thing. I wonder if she'll leave. Because I got warned once that the customer was about to leave my store, but they didn't end up actually following through because I was able to catch up the order in time. Oh, right, water. Okay, we had a couple of angry customers. It is what it is. Alright. I'm hoping the amounts we make is still really good here. Yeah, no, it's still solid. Cool. So we do one more day like that, and we are good. Honestly, the shelves are looking pretty okay. We got some boxes to crush. And honestly, we're not actually that low. I'm going to deliberately not go and grab the next set of resources. We're honestly going to run out of these fish sticks soon. Which that might just be how you have to tackle this kind of thing. It's like whatever thing you got in the back is just trying to build up stock. Go and take the time to deal with all that. Yeah, I can see this going a number of ways. I could see it being that you uncover the plot where there's like this overlying government corruption. You could you could discover this plot where Teller is genuinely just kind of being nefarious, doing shady stuff. That they're kind of all in on it. There's a lot of different directions it could go. Pretty much all of them involve conspiracy. But we'll see. It could be that Teller was well aware of what's going on, but was keeping it all quiet. And that her and Tammy have been working together to kind of escalate things so that they kind of unveil what's going on. I'm not going to worry about any of their stuff. We're going right to work. Because I believe this is the Farmer's Day, and I am not low on anything the farmer has to give me. So we're just going to go ahead and let that escalate. There you are. Just kind of looking to see what consolidations we can do on our boxes. Because I can consolidate just a little bit more. Be able to get one more cardboard box out of this. Okay, challenges. Don't order the crates, that's fine. Gonna open up immediately. Because why wait when we can open now? Did you already get the coffee stocked? Yeah, you did. That's fine. And rice is good. Where is the rice these days? Rice is over there. Alright. If so, everything's in good shape. It'd be a little bit topped off, but that's enough that Chester can handle it. Because they only need 1,700. Oh, you know what I'm betting? I'm betting that report is falsified, and we're giving the money to Miss Anderson, so that we have like the whole conspiracy of what's going on, and then she can actually pay the consul to do the actual investigation. We'll see. I'm curious. There's definitely some obvious possibilities, but it's not one of those ones that like very direct. It's like, ah, clearly this is the one. Because like I said, if I had to guess which one it is, so I mean, the report being falsified, I feel like has a decent go. Now, granted, we did uncover that there's genuinely... Like, it's genuinely very likely that Barbara and all them are all guilty of stuff. It'd be weird for Tammy to be totally innocent, though. So it could be that, like, all of them are kind of guilty of stuff. But the reality being that effectively Tammy's bailing on, like, Tammy's trying to protect herself, but also, you know, the others are all in there. Because we had the sneaky person, like, for those who missed earlier, I actually managed to get to where I could see the sneaky person in, like, one of the very early episodes. And when I talked to him, the dialogue was the Fisher. Like, I think it had one dialogue for Tammy, and then every time I talked to it after that, it was the Fisher. So it's a curiosity. We are out of shampoo. Oh no, they're tearing at the shampoo even more. I restocked it, I would just beeline to it. Well, I hope everyone who wanted shampoo got it. Doesn't help that all the people buying the shampoo were buying it like 4s and 5 bottles. Okay. And with that, we've got the money for Miss Anderson. And a little extra. And grab you. Got the meat. And grab you. Any of those that are actually empty. Doesn't look like it. $180 is fine. Okay. Yeah, nothing else is empty. Let's go find Miss Anderson, and let's see what happens when I give them everything. I'm expecting we're gonna hit whatever the conclusion of the game. Now, granted, it might have parts to it or whatever. Okay, where does Miss Anderson walk around at this hour? Customers. Relationship 3, the forest. Where do you get customer relationship? I still haven't figured that out. She's not here. I'm sorry, Elvis. I know what you've been going through is not entirely fair. But look at the town. We cannot tolerate the consequences of your business. It was never my intention. I'll get to the bottom of this. I know you will. About your demands. Yes? About the donation. Yes? I'm ready to donate. You are too generous, dear. I would have donated regardless, of course, even if I had a choice. Of course you would have, dear. So, that should be all of your demands. Yes, that should be all. But you have yet to present who is responsible. I will gather the townspeople tomorrow after hours. Please show up. Oh, there's gonna be drama. There's gonna be drama. Any news about the nest? Did the big X happen? It's been eerily quiet. A looming field something's gonna happen. Yeah, we've heard this dialogue. We've actually resolved that thing. It's a classic problem that a lot of these games in this genre do have. Percentage discount. I probably should have done that first, but that's fine. It's fine. I ran out of money. So I made sure to buy the things that I've already got a giant stockpile that I don't possibly need any more of. It's fine. Our entire store is just rolled oats. Just rolled oats. A box of cheese over here, apparently. Okay, can we consolidate boxes to get this down to 1? Yes, we can. Alright. So it sounds like I run my store tomorrow per the normal. And that they're going to gather all the town folk, and that's going to resolve that. And that's feeling very end-of-game event kind of thing going on. Just by the fact that they're going to gather the entire town together. We have, like, you know, we supposedly have the report and all the evidence about everything. We did the investigation that should have been done, but did not. Oh, never mind. The things we want are about 300 bucks. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to sleep immediately. The question is, she said after hours. So we'll see. Wow, it's certainly foggy this morning. Who goes there? Listen closely. I have followed your investigation. I had hoped you'd find something incriminating on Tammy Lampley, yet I see you've come short of that. It does not matter. She's a nuisance. We need her gone. You want me to lie about her involvement? There's no evidence she's done anything illegal. Surely you cannot think she is innocent. That report you found is most likely fabricated. Nobody would bat an eye if you accused her. People want to see her gone. How do you think that your other trade deal friends feel about you outing them instead? Not to mention Discounty's involvement in this. All of the issues point back to you. Why are you extorting me to put the blame on Tammy? Who are you? See you at the trial, shopkeeper. Wait, show yourself. What's going on here? Someone walked up to me. The mysterious figure is right. You have to blame Tammy. But the report finds her innocent. What about this county? What about me? Don't you care about all we've built together? We finally have a chance to building a real supermarket. Think about it. For me. I mean, if we're guilty, we're guilty. Can I, like, tell her I'm not outing? You seem to have an ongoing feud with the county representative. Elmer, the buffoon. You've met him. One thing is incompetence, but I cannot accept carelessness, especially if it's work other people depend on. He left that tree on the road for days. He knows my position on this since the beginning. I don't care about how the council treats him. He cares about the park, yes, but he's not a groundskeeper, no matter what he tells you. I need your help. Yes? Never mind. Alright. So 5 p.m. So basically, just do a normal day till closing time. And then go to the town hall. And it seems like I might be presented with options that I could choose whether or not to incriminate Tammy. Now, for me, I'm probably not going to incriminate Tammy. And the reason for it is very genuinely, we did our investigation, and we found nothing. Now, it could be that more comes up, that once the blame game starts happening, we start having, you know, more information come out, that kind of thing, or someone catches them or whatever. But, like, just because someone walks up to you and is like, we don't want her here, just because you didn't find anything, she's clearly guilty. It's like, well, no, she's sus as hell, don't get me wrong. Like, you're not wrong in that regard. She is highly suspicious. But being highly suspicious is not sufficient of criminal charge. You know, you do have, generally speaking, in most legal systems, you have some level of confidence you must achieve that someone has done something wrong to justify it. Does that mean, you know, like, guilty people get away with crime sometimes because you can't quite hit that high bar? Yes. But the alternative is innocent people get found guilty. Which, for as bad as it is when, you know, bad people get away with things, innocent people taking the fall that, you know, they didn't commit a crime is way worse. I can consolidate these. Okay, probably getting ready to cash out. There we go. And I'm assuming with the way this ends, we probably are able to just, like, keep playing, keep going forward. You just, okay, I mean, if you just wanted the fish sticks. Plus, one should probably not have a mysterious person who will not identify themselves, who just runs up to you in the middle of the night, be their primary source. It very well could also be her husband. Because, like, the model they have, it could be the husband, it could be the fisher. I mean, while it's the same model as Ted, Ted is one of the only ones who doesn't really have... Like, it would be really out of left field for Ted to say something. He's not seemed to get involved in any way. And it also makes no sense for the fisher to self-incriminate. So yeah, so it could be, was it Derek was her husband's name? It could also be like that Jurgen is still here the whole time. I would dislike that result. Even though clearly, you know, he still has the thing back there and supposedly he's pieced out. And the only reason I dislike that is, well, yeah, his trailer's suspicious. And all that. To me, that wouldn't be a very satisfactory answer. Just because it'd feel like it came out of left field. Now, what I do hope is it's not one of these things where... That's fine. I do hope it's not always things that we get to the end, we choose the option, it plays some ending, and they're like, okay, well, if you want the other ending, you have to start all over and play through the entire game again. Just because it'd be like the one answer at the end. This doesn't, to me, feel like the kind of game you play through 2 or 3 times. Like, the game is really good, but I feel like if this is the wrapping up point, I would still have enough that I'd feel like pursuing the other achievements, but a full second playthrough, barring some, like, expansion to the content or something, would feel a bit much. Alright, we got some money back so we can restock. Now, if the game did want to have continuation, we would probably need more products, the expansion of the store. I have a feeling we're not getting the expansion to the store. Or if we do, it'll be a thing where they, like, show the expansion of the store and all that. That was a much lower money day. And I know I shouldn't care, but we are going to quickly get that sorted. Make sure our inventory is in good shape. Honestly, that's good enough for me. As making sure it wasn't something that's going to run out immediately. Alright, City Hall. You have arrived. Good. People Blomkest, I have gathered you here to begin the process of healing. There are people among us who have, knowingly or unknowingly, hurt our town. I asked Elvis to look into it, and we are now ready to unveil the results. So I ask you, Elvis, who is behind our town's woes? Whoever I blame will probably not forgive me easily. We all bear part of the responsibility. Trade, production, commerce. Yes. What do you mean? I need names. Names! Sorry to disappoint you, but... Oh, but the truth that must get out. Even those involved parties have already made amends. Fisher, I love your passion, but you have been too eager to have clearly fished more than your quota allowed. It is true. Barbara, you recklessly dumped fish waste into the ocean. You might not have done it deliberately, but you've done it nonetheless. I'll have to speak to my dad. No, my lawyer about this accusation, Elvis. I'm sorry, Carl. Instead of coming to terms with your divorce, you've been slacking on your farm and blaming it on a fictional creature. In the process, assisted by Saruna, you contaminated the water supply of the, with toxic fertilizer. I did nothing wrong. Well, this is certainly shocking news, but what about the Lampleys? The Ragged Forest? While I doubt the plastic factory in the middle of the forest is a net positive to the environment, the consul's report found no suspicious activities and had been taking place at Lampley manufacturing. The fog is a naturally occurring phenomenon. You'll have to try harder than that, Harriet. And what about you, Elvis, and your little shop? We're also... Stop! I should be the one to do this. Tell her. Everything is my fault. I pushed Elvis to expand discounting recklessly. I pushed the expanded trade deals. I put the strain on the local environment. I did it for selfish reasons, without care for how it would affect our community. I realize now the town doesn't need a real supermarket. We're giving up on the expansion of discounting. Well, I am beyond disappointed. I trusted you all to take care of this town. but I am happy to see amends have already been made. So, what do we do now? In dreary times of great division, a feast creates profound remission. I know the Blomkest Fair was cancelled this year due to budget cuts, but maybe we could come together and make it happen anyway. Splendid idea, Elmer. Make it happen. Yes, madam. Very well. Let the preparations begin. I don't understand. If it was not the fog that made me lightheaded, what happened then? Go to bed. Three days later. Attend the fair. I mean, you're elderly, it could just be health. It could have been hot, lack of hydration. Wow, Elmer delivered with this event. Complete with lemonade stand. I haven't really spoken to anyone since the trial. This should be a good chance to catch up. Miss Anderson is here too. When I'm ready, I should speak to her and let her know everybody is here. So that's basically queuing in. You get to get a finale, and then when you talk to her, it ends. Happy Blomkest Fair to you, Derek. Happy Fair, Elvis. Goodbye. Happy Blomkest Fair to you, Tammy. I reward loyalty, and you were a loyal partner. Look at these fools celebrating happily. They thought they could take me down. Pathetic. No, I control this town. Now leave. Can I blame her now? Happy Blomkest Fair to you, Happy Blomkest Fair to you, citizen. What's wrong, Elmer? I had to cut the park budget to be able to afford the fair. You must have had a pretty large park budget considering how many times you've taken funds to compensate. Well, the council awarded me this budget because of my work ethic and performance. I'm not sure that's how county budgets should be put together. Thank you, citizen. Happy Blomkest Fair to you, Hilda. Happy Fair. I gotta know. Who was the mysterious person asked you to blame Tammy? I'm not sure. They didn't reveal their identity. How do you even know this took place? It was early in the morning. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. Like I said, it's got the same body style as Carl, as them. I don't think it would be her. He would also have a close enough style to match. It could also, I mean, it wouldn't be her because it wouldn't make sense with the pacing. Happy Blomkest Fair to you, Carl. Are you mad at me for outing you? Embarrassed. The laughing stock of town. We all know you've been through a lot. I'm not sure I could show my face in your shop again. Bye. Happy Blomkest Fair to you, Fisher. Happy Fair, Elvis. Are you mad at me? Why in the world would I be mad at you? I outed you in front of everyone. So what? You spoke the truth. I deserve the scrutiny. See, I mean, mature of you. Happy Blomkest Fair. Happy Blomkest Fair. Can I ask you, why did you... The people of this town have seen enough tragedy because of the lies and deceit. I've been doing it myself, but I couldn't stand seeing you become part of that. Elvis, I brought you here for my own game to achieve the dreams I couldn't achieve alone. I went on about it dishonest ways, allowed you to take the blame while I myself was hiding in the shadows. For that, I'm sorry. Love you. Happy Blomkest Fair, Cornelius. Joyous Fair. Are you here to cover the festival? No, I'm thinking about taking a break from journalism. Maybe the news here isn't important enough to report to the world. My legacy. Happy Blomkest Fair. Barbara, you dumped waste into the ocean. I was only pouring the fish back into the water. It should have had no effect at all. Just admit it was a stupid move. It was stupid, okay? There, I said it. A deal's a deal, but don't expect me as a customer in your shop any longer. Until you prove yourself loyal again. Okay, Barbara. Toots. Happy Blomkast Fair, Saruna. And to you, Elvis. Your energy seems to have cleared up. Really? I didn't even buy the crystal. Curious. Fate be with you. Feeling a bit thirsty, boss? How about a zesty ice cold lemonade? Free of foreign substances this time. This is clearly a breach of your non-compete clause, Chester. What do you have to say for yourself? It's just lemonade stand, boss. I'm just kidding. Happy Blomkast Fair to you, Chester. Oh, boss. Bye, boss. Again, as far as I can tell, we're not paying him. Happy Blomkast Fair. Happy Blomkast Fair. See you. Happy Blomkast Fair to you, Ted. Happy Blomkast Fair to you, too. It's nice to see everybody together like this. It's been too long. Take care of yourself. I feel like there's people missing. Who am I missing? Well, I don't know. Happy Blomkast Fair. Happy Blomkast Fair. I almost got her this time. Tammy? Yes, dear. I would have been dishonorable way to get rid of her, though. He said, it would have been a dishonorable way to get rid of her, though. I know. Enough about that. Let me know when you're ready to start the party. Are you ready to start the celebrations? Yes. End the game. Okay. I think we're ready to move on. Let the festivities commence. Let's all get versnickered. Ahem, welcome everyone. I'm so glad to see such a significant turnout at the Blomkast Fest. Fair. It's a fair, not a fest. This town has been through a lot. We have seen our population decrease, businesses close, and our political power diminish. Many of us have tried to fix these issues with more or less creative methods. Some initiatives have been successful. Some I would describe as counterproductive. Get to the point. You're right, Saruna. Enough has been said. Long live Blomkast. Okay. I mean, so we just basically gave up on the expansion, which is a little disappointing because I am feeling a little cramped, but when we saw that there wasn't more merchandise, I was like, okay, but would it really, like, if I got a bigger store, would I really have something to do with it? It's like, not really. I would just end up having, like, more min-maxed setup of, like, here's, you know, the animal products a little bit more min-maxed, here's this vendor a little bit more min-maxed, that kind of thing. I wouldn't have actually gotten the opportunity to, like, really expand. Now, I've enjoyed this. It did a good job of going through. It's kind of a little disappointing that we never got some answer about Jorgen or anything like that. And the reason I say that is there's the mysterious building next to us that's buzzing that Teller goes into all the time. That's just kind of an open mystery of what the heck's even going on there. Like, he just vanished, which I guess might have been the intended conclusion, is just, oh yeah, he pieced out, and all that. Maybe they have more planned later and all that. I don't know. It could be a post-credits thing. I'm a little disappointed that the building south of the factory that had so much going on with it, just nothing happened with it. And all that. But at the same time, I think this is really good. Or the abandoned house. It feels like maybe they had plans for more and it just didn't happen. And it could be that that's a future update or a DLC or a stretch thing or whatever. Because I don't know about what their roadmaps for anything additional they're going to be adding to the game. But all in all, I think this game did a good job popping in there, giving us some stuff, and a nice game loop. While you were running the store, I never got to the point where I was like, get on with it with the store. I do think if the game was like 20-30% longer, I probably would have gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm ready to be done with this register. Now, granted, they changed it from like where I had to type in the numbers to like flipping it, and that took a little while to get used to. I do think if they were to do a major update, a DLC or whatever, it would be nice if they make the store bigger, that you can then pass off the register to someone, kind of thing. You know, you'd have to have other responsibilities, but one would expect the responsibility at that stage is because your store's big enough, you know, Chester can't keep up. There'd be a lot more to arrange and all that. Still, I think this is good. I think it stopped at a perfect spot. One problem that a lot of games have is they do overstay their welcome, where they've got a good idea, but then they're like, oh no, I gotta get 800, like I gotta get 100 hours out of this, I gotta get 80 hours out of this. This one, I haven't looked at the hours. I would guess we're probably at 18, 20 hours, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a little more, a little less. And I've been pretty happy with that. I think it was good, it was charming. I do like that for a slice of life game, there was like this under the hood drama going on and all that stuff. I appreciated that, versus, you know, Stardew Valley is what I would equate this against. That you're kind of the Joja Mart of Stardew Valley in this case, you know, unwittingly. But, you know, the closest you ever get is like Abigail butting heads with her dad and stuff like that. But it's never like deception going on. You got a little bit of mystique with the, I'm blanking on his name, the one who, Q. Or is it Q or Key? I don't remember. You got like a little bit of mystery there, but generally speaking, it's not like this where there's people like trying to sneak stuff through, being a little underhanded, little figuring stuff out and all that. But it was good. Because as you probably noticed, I was like, man, I don't know, like there's clearly certain things going to happen with the ending, but I don't know which of these paths it's going to go. And I appreciate that. I appreciate a game that doesn't have like a solid, you just already know how it's going to play out. Or they have the ending be this completely out of left field thing that the entire goal is obviously to make it unpredictable, which would have been then if Jorgen had come back and been like, haha, I've been the mysterious shadow person the whole time. That would have been very unsatisfactory. It basically being the Miss Anderson being like, hey, you need to find something on Tammy, you know, according to my sources. So she's kind of been the puppet master pulling the strings on a lot of this. Just because she wanted to get Tammy out of there, because she personally feels like Tammy is responsible. Maybe Tammy is responsible. Like, they did leave it open that Tammy implied that you're not going to figure it out kind of thing. But regardless, I think it was good. I like the gameplay loop. I like the gate, like, you have the goods you'd get. You'd upgrade your trade deals to expand your stuff. I definitely feel like there is room if they wanted to do more, they could. But again, you would then have to deal with. Alright, 3 days later. Okay, are we gonna get some post-credits goodies? Thank you for playing Discounty. While the main quest has ended, you can still explore Blomkest, work the store, and maybe reconnect with some of the characters. Okay, it's also a possibility that one thing we didn't do is there are story things here. So we've got that, we've got yours. So like Grace here, there's relationship events. So maybe that's where we get Teller. So we might actually get some of those questions answered. Yeah, so like Ted I need to talk to more. So Runa we got sorted, Carl we got sorted. Hilda. The thing that the game doesn't really give is how you improve your relationships with the customers. Is it, do I just do good business by them in general? Is it, you know, is it one of those things that just talk to them enough? All right, let's try the door. What do you think of Ted's hardware store? It's certainly handy having a dedicated selling stuff for our shop so close by. Ted's a great Ted's a great businessman. He knows how to sell a shelf. He settled down during better times. Luckily, he stuck around. How did he make it, though? Do you know? Good business person knows how to adapt to a pivot. When things slowed down, he opened the recycling center. Brilliant move. It wasn't easy, and it didn't make him rich. But he survived, and that's something I can respect. Alright. Yeah, so at this stage, I believe we basically wrapped things up, that we have beaten the game. Now, there's still story elements left, and I'm going to leave those for you. to check out if you want to play the game on your own time. And that's because, again, I don't actually understand the mechanics of how you get happier with each one. And if it's something like just customer service for them, that could just take a while and all that. But yeah, I think the game's good. I think it's excellent. If it's something that interests you, you should definitely check it out. Like I said, it's been a fun gameplay loop. Oh, there's a... Admiring your artwork? You're so funny, boss. Not. I'm just joking, Chester. I didn't know it was a sensitive subject. How's it going? Still grounded? Yep. I think Dad hopes I'll eventually stop asking to go to Scarcliff. Anyways, it does seem like you matured since you started working at this county. Well, I'm also much older now. I was 16 when I started. It's been more than a few weeks? I'm 16 and a half now. It's a big difference. No matter your age, you still definitely grew with the job. Thanks, boss. Credit where credit's due, Chester. You've been a big help, really. Sure. What did you carve in the tree anyways? A horned face? I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you, it's a demonic face spell Rual once told me about. He said drawing this face on something curses its owner. You wanted to curse Elmer? Yeah, why not? He's an idiot. Down Elmer. Elmer might not be a representative we want, but he never hurt a fly. Not if you ask my mom. I can imagine. I hope I'm not next in your curse list. Nah, boss. I should respect people I work for. I guess we'll do one quick round real fast and just see if we have more of these things. Cheer up, Cornelius. You managed to save the house. None of that matters anymore, but it is still there. Sure, Elmer. Now please leave. Oh, sure. See you? I was thinking that was me for a moment, just dialogue. I didn't look at the character. Oh, it's you. Are you here to mock me? Cornelius Key, the town fraud? Why would I laugh at you, Cornelius? Don't patronize me. I'm the laughingstock of this town. I've been lying to myself all these years. It was obvious, of course, he was a fraud. The rumors always were. You believed in your heritage. I don't see anything wrong with that. Nobody wants to be confronted with their ancestors' misdoings. I owe you an apology for pulling you through the mud for my own gain. It's okay. The concerns were valid after all. The angle, on the other hand, a little dubious. Let me know if you're interested in some ad space. Our classifieds are always on sale. I like a good sale. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna run around and get like cinematics. I bought a bunch of coolers a while back and totally forgot about it. Oh, me, apparently. And there's litter everywhere. Derek, listen to me. A rare frog species almost went extinct. For what? Growth? Now I've heard it all. You, a banker, telling me to stop growing my business? Pathetic. When I need you most, you let me down. But that's how it's always been, right? You couldn't even raise our son. If it were indisputably tragic, I'd laugh at how little you know about our son. What? He's a delinquent, school-skipping failure? I knew that already. Well, if you were ever home, other than to protect that fence you care so much about, you know he's found a purpose in this new vocation. He's thriving. Wait, are you listening to our conversation, Elvis? You might as well join in then. Is it true that Derek says about Chester he does work for you? Yes, you were there when it happened. See? You're not present. Snap out of it. Is producing plastic really that important? You're tearing apart our family. Just admit it for once. Just let it go. You've lost sight of what's important. What happened to you? You weren't always like this. Tammy, come back. After all that, he still chases after her. I won't pretend like I understand their marriage, but I hope Chester will be okay. That's rough. The worst it seems to be over. How are you feeling? It's certainly been a couple of days. Still, I can't help feel a little bit responsible. I did offer you that loan after all. You have to remember the bank relies on your success. Now that you mention it, what happens to that loan now? Officially, the loan belongs to Beatrice Teller. Maybe it's best to bring it up with her. What can I do for you? Okay, post. There might actually be something here. Welcome, traveler. No cinematic. Get out of my sight. No story to be had here. Good of you, even though it is good of you, even though it is quite the commitment. Fixing all the issues and finding out who's behind it all, but that must have been exciting. Of course, we all know it's Tammy. Well, that's news to me. Come on, you know I'm not the one to spread gossip. But just think about it. She has no concern for anyone but herself, even her own son. She's led astray. She's willing to take drastic measures. Let's see how she's built a literal fence on her road? She's a bad person, and bad people do bad things. It's just how it is. I guess I'll find out. If I want all this to stop anyways. Come back if you need help. You can't keep doing this to me. Oh dear, I'm not sure this is a conversation meant for my ears. I shouldn't. Carl, you gotta get out of here. You can go back to your farm again. But it's so lonely up there with my dad gone, and now you? I miss you, Hilda. You can't guilt trip me like this, Carl. I've moved on. Hilda, please. What's going on here? Huh? Oh, I was trying to get a hold of Hilda. Sure thing. Maybe we should leave them to themselves. Yeah. Was that the door? We'll continue this another time. Did I keep you waiting, Elvis? I'm sorry. I overheard some of your conversation with Carl. That was a private conversation. Why would you eavesdrop? I'm sorry. I promise I won't bring it up again. Just want to let you know I'm here if you need me. Going through things alone sucks. I don't need it, okay? I take care of myself. Well, that was awkward. So it makes me wonder if you take the time to get to know everyone and then do the ending, if you get a different ending. Like, do you find Tammy guilty or whatever? Because it kind of loosely led up to that. And this building, as far as I can tell, has had no relevance at any point this game. We already dealt with the tree. No action points there. Nothing back here. Because I also really didn't get much of an opportunity to explore much more. I do wish it was a little bit more transparent what actually ties the relationship. Did you catch the nest? We were only feeding it. Okay. But yes, we fed the nest, and it seemed like it helped. Of course, once again proving fishy sticks are universally loved. Maybe we could use this in an ad. Loved by creatures great and small. Nah, that won't do. Okay. So nothing down here. Kind of surprised there's nothing with Barbara. Ah, all the posters are gone. Well, I'll put this one right here. How's the seaweed farm treating? Lifetime at sea will make you long for the land. But soon as you disembark, you long for the sea. Every time a sailor goes on a voyage, they promise their loved one the voyage will be their last. It rarely is. Okay, 2 perk points. Bam and bam. Done. Gotta figure out how on earth I'm gonna make that work. So I'm assuming what happened, where I'm getting these chances to have these dialogues, I'm assuming it's because I have built up the relationships enough. I'm concerned for the Lampley kid. He's all away a lot. It's surprising you've noticed that. What do you mean by that? Don't you think I care about the people around me? Of course, I just didn't take you for a person who would notice, especially considering his behavior. Annoying and snotty as he can be, I can relate to him somehow. He'll be fine. Doesn't excuse his behavior though. Of course, understanding should not be mistaken as acceptance. We don't have much longer till the store's supposed to open. As a supermarket expert, I'd love to hear your thoughts about discounty. How can we improve what we're doing right now? You know, the kind of input. Stop. I'm not giving away trade secrets for nothing, and I don't offer consultancy services. Maybe I should. Fine. Okay. I'm not gonna make it on time. Maybe I will. Okay, we'll end out this day. And then we can go from, like, then that'll probably be it unless something else gets revealed. Oh, I'm about out of fish. That is a real problem, because when that runs out, they're gonna start getting mad, because they won't be able to feed their fish addiction. Okay. Alright. Yeah, main goal quests are all completed. Yes, the question was... Yeah, so we saw theirs. We saw Cornelius. We saw Derek's. We saw Elmer's. Grace, we still need to do more. Hilda, I need to do more. We saw all of Carl's. We saw also all of Runa. We still have more to do with that. Okay, but yeah, like I said, we're gonna wrap up this day. We're just gonna see if any more things happen after the day, but this will probably be it for this game. I do wonder if there's an alternate ending or something like that if we do enough. To improve relations and all that. Okay. I also do really wish I could speed this up at this stage. Like, it's fine. Yeah, because the question is it talking to them, or is it being a, you know, good customer service that makes them friends? Alright. I also kind of wonder if you just don't show up for work anymore, what happens. You're running out a lot of things. Okay. It's also those things that money doesn't mean much now. I can buy it, or I can use it to buy the different fixtures and all that. Rather than just min-maxing for the sake of min-maxing. Alright. Yes, we're at day 60 when we finish the game. You know, assuming it doesn't, like, skip ahead days or whatever when you, do, like, the 3 days later. But yeah, no, again, I know we already had, like, the conclusion of being, like, how I feel about the game and all that. It is interesting that I do wonder if we'll get closure on those last couple things I mentioned. We probably do. That probably is actually what happens. But, you know. Okay, so clean up the dirt. Okay, there's nothing post-game here. Wasn't expecting it. Delivery. Cool. And with that, we're only missing the fish I don't have. So we're not going to worry about that. Alright, because I'm not going to go and milk out that time to get all sorted. I think the answer is here, trying to get through stuff as fast as we can. Alright, so... a lot of things that said Midtown, which I'm assuming this is Midtown here. But I don't see any symbols. Oh. Do that. Just for when I go do achievement hunting in my own time. I forgot I got the statue thing in my pocket. Let's put the statue thing wherever. Doesn't really matter. Because this is for the fisher. Okay, I want to rearrange that a little bit if I go to keep pushing it. Alright, so the place we haven't finished checking is we want to check up here by the forest. And you want to check up by the mine. So I want something to happen here. Like, I want that car to have something involved, because it's, like, weird. Oh, here we go. Oh, I haven't seen you around these parts before. I hate the sight of that building. It represents everything that's wrong with this town. I have been working towards decommissioning it for years. Unsuccessfully. You put me on trial to get the factory shut down? Your innocence was not a given. Or rather, Teller's innocence, I suppose. Turns out Tammy was innocent, unlike the rest of us, I guess. I do not care if the report cleared... Let's see. I do not care if the report cleared her name. A plastic factory does not belong in our town. You really love this town, don't you? I must say, for each day that passes, I recognize Bloomcust a little less. It's not what it used to be. Maybe I'm just an old coot with a raccoon for a cat. But I do know that bad people are always willing to prey on the weak. Conforming is giving up. And I'll stand up for Bloomcust until I leave this world. Okay, that's not really where I was expecting that to go, but alright. Looks between like a mix. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Make sure we didn't miss any conversation points over there. I'm kind of hoping that since we finished the game, like, it just kind of hands you the last of the rep. So you can just kind of get on with it. Be quick about it. Alright, so all I got left is to check the farm area out. You do a little running around to make sure we check all the spots. Because we never did get anything with the mine. If we were told that the town used to have a mine, at least that wouldn't be a problem. I have enough in the shop. Like, I wonder if maybe they kind of were like going with the whole thing where, you know, oh, everyone's ones need a combat thing, and it is a thing that a lot of the games now realize just copying feature for feature doesn't really do anything. Like, just because the other person has a stand bar doesn't mean you need a stand bar. Okay, now this actually does something. For the last time, Carl. The neighbors will hear you. That's what you're concerned about? It's over. Why can't you accept that? But... I can't fix you, Carl. You need to help yourself get better. You aren't eavesdropping, are you, Elvis? It's difficult not when they're yelling like that. Hilda's doing just fine. She needs to put her foot down. She knows we're here for her, but there are some things we need to figure out on our own. Maybe you're right. No, you're right. I acted like a fool, I'm sorry. I worry about you. You just need to get out of that farmstead. Meet someone less imaginary. You're right. I also need to work out some stuff. See? How's the cheese business going? It's hard. Who'd have thought cheese is a science? But the flock seems happy. Happy the truck never came to pick them up, I guess. Sure thing. Redeem the points? Heck yeah. That's everything from you. I don't have the potatoes I'll grab. I need to stop just grabbing everything. I know I'm at the conclusion of the game and it shouldn't matter anymore. But also, I need to not grab everything. Okay, so let's run over here. No action points I see here. Yeah, so that's still like that way. Alright, so I think it is we just gained some reputation, not a ton. Because let's see what it says for our customers. So we got everything for you, we got everything for Barbara, we got everything for Chester, Cornelius is done, Derek is done, Elmer is done, Fisher is done, Grace still has one to the farmland. And so, needless to say, we've been there. Hilda is done, Carl is done, Solruna is done, Tammy is done, Ted just has one more at the bar, and then Teller has one more. Alright. How's Grace? She's entirely too obsessed with the whole fencing. Yeah, we've already talked about this. Okay. So with that, what I'll probably do is we're going to turn in here, and I'm going to end this episode. And if there's something like super... Actually, never mind. Phew, what a day. Wait a second. What's Teller doing up at Jorgen's shack? The noises, they're gone? I was tired of listening to him. Had to be done. About time. I had so many sleepless nights because of those noises. As did I, Elvis. I know it's a sentence like, nope, not anymore. After what I've put you through? The least I could do is tell you the truth. So, what do you want to know? How did you meet Jurgen? It wasn't long after I took over the old grocery store. He came to town. He stood there at the bus, his head buried in a book like always. I was about to head to the shop when he spoke to me. I don't recall the conversation, only that we spoke for what seemed like hours. If Miss Anderson hadn't chased me down complaining, I'm not sure the shop would have opened that day. Aw, that's cute. Don't be so sentimental. Why did he leave you? I failed him. As you know, Jorgen had great plans for what he could do with the shop. Building a real supermarket, complete with his plans for automation. What happened? The townspeople wouldn't have it. We were shut down. By my father, Mayor Teller. Your own father shut you down? He needed high approval ratings to secure his seat as mayor. That's unforgivable. I don't know anymore. We were out of line. Jorgen didn't take it well. In the end, it broke us up. Soon after that, he disappeared. Why did it go back to give me another one? How did Jorgen meet again? It wasn't long after I took... Yeah, okay, it's the same. For some reason, the one prompt went away, and then that one stayed. That's the only reason I re-clicked it. What's in the shack? I'm sorry to let you down, but I don't know. A bunch of mechanical scrap? Prototypes and such, I imagine? Nothing that works, anyway. This is Jorgen's old workshop, if you hadn't guessed already. I see. Nothing of use in there? I don't think so. Only Jorgen would know, and he's not here. A little disappointing. Maybe. Sometimes secrets are more exciting than the truth. Where's Jorgen now? Don't know. Actually, I did hear a rumor he's making a fool out of himself in Sparkliff. I say let him. I'm over it. Must be a great feeling. Feels good to let go, yes. I don't know anything else. Alright. You can always come to me if you want answers. I'm here for you now, Elvis. Thank you for your honesty. So, it's got me kind of excited about the automation thing. It does make me wonder if we hit some threshold, if they get in there. So, Ted we are missing, stuff at the bar, and then Grace at the farmlands. That's the only one we missed. I'm going to try running to the bar real fast and to see if we have a new dialogue point. I'm not expecting one. The farmlands, we did run around and we just didn't see it. I could try running up there one last time as well. Yeah, there's no new interaction point, and this one's not highlighting anymore. So my assumption is we haven't become besties enough with Ted. So it's Ted and Grace. We'll go check out up here real fast. Because it at least answers the question about are we gonna get some like cool secret or whatever. Yeah, so my assumption is that will be one of the points. Yeah, my assumption is this building will become a point. I could also see the front door becoming a point. Because that's just like, it's locked. So my guess would be, as things escalate, and you become closer with Grace, Grace would eventually confront Tammy directly. Yeah, so that's highlighting weird. There was also a bench over here that had nothing to it. Oh, hey. Oats, potatoes, and cheese. Yeah, so my thought was like maybe that bench should become interactable at some stage. Okay, well that's... Now that I've been like doing the wrap-up like 3 times over now, we're gonna properly wrap up. Because the only people we're missing dialogue with is Grace and Ted. So what I'm going to do is when we get back to the house and we rest for the night, we're going to end this episode. I'm probably going to go after the achievements and all that on my own time, but I will record it. That way, if there is like some big, you know, conclusion thing that happens when you get everyone to be your friends, I'll hop... Don't do this. Okay, hold on. By now you must have met Miss Anderson. Of course. The first one at the shop every morning. She and I both attended Heather Home County School. She was 8 years ahead of me, but everyone knew her from the student council. She's always a feisty woman. It's funny, she never married. It was as if no man was enough for her. So why did it go 3 days in advance again? Why you do this to me, game? I'm gonna put on my posters just because I can. Alright, let's just do a quick lap. We're not gonna be talking to people. Maybe it like deliberately skips the weekend for some reason? We can just kind of get back to it. Let's go to the store. I don't understand. Right now, just plunk this down. So it advanced 3 days. So I don't really want to go through the whole day again. Going to the bar. Nothing to highlight here. Let's talk to Ted and Grace real fast. I'm so sorry this had to fall upon you, Elvis. We both know this is Teller's work. It's true that the demolition John Key was her idea, but maybe I could have done more to deter, I don't know. Teller is a good woman. I know it's not in her heart to be this insensitive. I wonder what got into her. Come back if you need anything. Alright, so we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna talk to Ted. What investigation you put out? You've heard. Yeah, I don't know how I'll ever make heads or tails of the whole ordeal. For your sake, I hope you're successful. I hope you do, partner. Thanks, Ted. How's it going? Okay, so the places we're supposed to have our dialogues are at the turn and the farmlands. So I'm going to run up to the turn in the farmlands. If there's nothing going on, we're ending the episode. Because they just keep pulling me back, man. Yeah, so it's just the bar that can be interacted with. It doesn't look like Ted's gone there. So my assumption is I need to keep my customers happy at the store. I'm assuming this isn't the farmland. But it could also be I have to dialogue them enough times. And like I said, my other suspicion is it's the door itself will become an interactive point. Yeah, if I were to guess, this like that and the barn will become the interactive points for Grace. And as far as Ted, it's probably just the bar again. I think they've reused that bar like 3 times, which makes sense. It's the bar. I could also see it being that spot up there. I could see it being the mine. Because most of them were points that said interact previously. Or have said interact. And at some point they make it glow yellow and that tells you it's time to go deal with it. Yeah, now it's just buggy. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode there. Because otherwise we're just going to keep looping back again and again. But yes, so, again, final recap thoughts. I think it's an excellent game. I kind of wish, because especially it's teased that Jurgen had automation going, and that maybe wasn't the right idea. Maybe that was kind of poke at the player, being like, no, that's the whole game loop, why would you automate it away? But now it's teased, I kind of want it. But with all that said, we're only missing the last little bit for Grace and for Ted. Like I said, what I'll do is I'll end this episode. I will record as I go through and I work on the achievements and doing all that stuff. And in the event there's something meaningful back there, like if it's just like, oh hey, Grace had a story, I'll probably leave that for you to discover. But if it is something like you became buddies with everyone and then there's this big whole thing that comes up that, you know, you figure out Tammy did it or whatever, I could deal with that then. But it's been great. I've enjoyed it. I think the game is wonderful. Is it a game I think you're going to get hundreds of hours in? No. But it doesn't need to be. It had a really fun story. There was a plot twist that we didn't really know which way it was going to go. There was kind of this, like, not deceptive, but there was like this underpinning going on that you're going back and forth. It doesn't have like all the breadth of Stardew Valley. Like you didn't have fishing and foraging and fighting and farming and doing all this stuff. Instead, it was just all around the shop, and that you don't marry or form relationships. There's like a bunch of mechanics they didn't include, but I think that was good. Instead of trying to do all the things and not delivering as well or anything like that, they've done a good job of saying, hey, you're running a shop, you've got these trade deals you do, and there's all that, and I think it was wonderful. I think it's excellent. It didn't overstay its welcome, and I think that was great. So definitely recommend checking it out. Granted, you've had the story spoiled to you if you've been watching this far, but the devs did a wonderful job, so maybe consider getting it anyways. But thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one for I don't know what game we'll be playing. But I'll see you there, and I hope you'll like and subscribe.